Most people spend their lives unknowingly repeating the same patterns, living inside the same cycle of experiences, and replaying the same version of reality over and over again. They wake up with the same thoughts, carry the same emotions, and therefore take the same actions that keep them locked in a loop. This is not fate or destiny. It's simply the result of unconscious energy repetition. If you want to change your life, you must first break free from repeating the same reality. The concept of quantum shifting teaches us that reality is not fixed. Instead, it is fluid, flexible, and responsive to the frequency we project. When you raise your awareness and consciously alter your vibration, you literally shift timelines. You stop living as the old version of yourself and step into the future version of you that already exists in the quantum field. Understanding this truth is the first step toward freedom. The biggest reason people keep recreating the same experiences is because of their subconscious programming. From childhood, we inherit beliefs about money, love, health, and self-worth that become embedded deep within our energy field. These beliefs broadcast a frequency that the universe mirrors back to us. For example, if your subconscious carries the belief, money is hard to earn, you may consciously want abundance, but unconsciously attract scarcity. This creates frustration because it feels like no matter what you do, you are stuck in the same place. But the moment you learn about quantum shifting, everything changes. You realize you don't need to struggle to change the outside world first. You need to shift your energy within. The external world is a mirror of your inner vibration. If you want to stop repeating the same financial, emotional, or relational cycles, you must reprogram the vibration you are broadcasting. Quantum shifting is not just about visualization or affirmations. It's about embodying a new frequency so strongly that reality has no choice but to respond. Imagine reality as a radio with infinite channels, and your vibration is the dial. If you stay tuned to the same old channel, you'll hear the same old music every day. But the moment you shift the dial, even slightly, you access an entirely new station with new possibilities. The same is true for your life. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with a higher frequency, you shift into a parallel timeline where your desires already exist. This means the version of you that is abundant, healthy, and fulfilled is not in the future. It exists right now in another frequency band. Your job is to shift your dial so that you begin living as that version of yourself. To quantum shift effectively, you must master the art of awareness. Most people live on autopilot, unaware that their thoughts and emotions are recycled programs from yesterday. If you think 95% of the same thoughts as yesterday and feel the same emotions, your brain fires the same neural pathways, and your body produces the same chemical responses. This is why change feels impossible. It's not because reality is fixed, but because your energy keeps looping the same frequency. Awareness breaks this cycle. The moment you become conscious of your repetitive thoughts, you create a gap between who you were and who you are becoming. That gap is the doorway to quantum shifting. In that space, you can choose to install new thoughts, generate elevated emotions, and tune into a different reality. One of the most powerful ways to stop repeating the same reality is through the practice of future self-embodiment. This means you stop waiting for change to happen and start behaving as if you are already living the reality you desire. Instead of saying, "One day I will be successful," you begin aligning your actions, decisions, and emotional state with the identity of the successful version of you right now. This doesn't mean pretending. It means energetically becoming. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. If you broadcast the frequency of lack, you receive lack. If you broadcast the frequency of abundance, opportunities, synchronicities, and aligned people appear. Future self-embodiment is the essence of quantum shifting because it dissolves the gap between who you are and who you want to be. In that moment, your old reality collapses and a new one emerges. When you begin practicing quantum shifting, you'll notice that resistance often shows up. This resistance usually comes from the subconscious mind. which wants to protect you by keeping you in the familiar. The subconscious does not care whether your current reality is painful or limiting. It only cares that it is predictable. This is why people stay in toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, or unhealthy patterns. Their subconscious sees these as safe, simply because they are known. But quantum shifting requires stepping into the unknown, into a reality you have not yet lived, but already exists energetically. When you learn to embrace uncertainty as a creative space rather than a threat, you break free from the gravitational pull of your old patterns. That's when the quantum field begins responding to your courage. Emotions are the fuel of quantum shifting. Thoughts create the blueprint, but emotions generate the energy that powers your new reality. If you think about being abundant, but continue to feel worry, doubt, or fear, you are broadcasting a frequency of lack. The quantum field responds not to your words, but to your emotional vibration. This is why gratitude, joy, love, and excitement are so powerful. They raise your frequency and align you with realities where those emotions naturally exist. Think of it as tuning into the station of joy. Once you're there, life begins presenting experiences that match it. To quantum shift, you must feel the emotions of your desired reality before it manifests. This isn't wishful thinking. It's energetic alignment, and it rewires your nervous system to expect new outcomes. Visualization is often misunderstood when it comes to manifestation. Many people believe it's just about imagining what you want. But in quantum shifting, visualization is about embodying the sensory experience of your new timeline. You don't just see it, you feel it, hear it, smell it, and breathe it into your being. For example, if your desired reality is living in financial freedom, you don't simply picture money in your account. You feel the security, the ease, and the joy of freedom. You imagine waking up in peace, knowing your needs are taken care of. When visualization becomes a full-body experience, your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. That's when your frequency locks into the timeline you are choosing, and the universe begins organizing itself to reflect it. Another key element of quantum shifting is breaking your attachment to the how. Most people delay their shift because they obsess over the details of how their new reality will unfold. They believe they must control the exact steps, people, and events that will bring them their desires. But the quantum field operates on infinite possibilities, many of which your logical mind cannot comprehend. By insisting on one specific pathway, you limit the field's ability to deliver your shift in the most efficient way. The truth is, your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to align your vibration with the reality you desire. When your energy is aligned, the how reveals itself through synchronicities, opportunities, and inspired action that appear at the right time. One of the most life-changing realizations in quantum shifting is that your identity is flexible. Most people cling tightly to their sense of self. This is just who I am, they say. But this belief is what traps them in repeated cycles. You are not your past, your habits, or even your current personality. You are energy, and energy can shift instantly. When you stop identifying with your limitations and start identifying with your potential, you unlock new timelines. Think about it every time you say, "I'm not good with money," or "I always attract the wrong people." You reinforce that reality, but the moment you declare, "I am worthy of abundance," or "I attract aligned, loving relationships," and embody that truth, your energy shifts. Change your identity, and your reality has no choice but to change with it. Quantum shifting is deeply connected to the power of the present moment. The more you live in the past, replaying old stories and regrets, or in the future, worrying about what might happen, the more you weaken your energy. True power only exists in the now. In this moment, you have the ability to choose new thoughts, generate new emotions, and take new actions. The quantum field does not respond to your memories or anxieties. It responds to your current frequency. This is why meditation, breathwork, and mindfulness are such powerful tools. They bring you back into the present where infinite realities are available. Every moment is a portal, and when you consciously tune into the vibration of your desired reality now, you stop repeating the cycles of yesterday. Many people believe they need to work harder to change their reality, but quantum shifting reveals that it's not about effort. It's about alignment. You can hustle all day, but if your energy is rooted in fear, scarcity, or doubt, you'll only create more of the same. On the other hand, when your vibration is aligned with abundance, opportunities, and confidence, your actions carry a magnetic force. This is why some people seem to manifest effortlessly. They're not necessarily working harder, they're simply aligned. Quantum shifting teaches you to focus less on force and more on frequency. By elevating your energy, you create a flow state where results come naturally. You stop swimming upstream and instead ride the current of the reality you've chosen. A powerful technique for quantum shifting is scripting your new reality. This means writing down your desired life as if it's already happening. Instead of saying, "I want to be wealthy," you write, "I am grateful for the abundance flowing into my life daily. I wake up in my dream home, feeling free and fulfilled." The act of writing imprints these images into your subconscious mind. But the key is to not just write the words, you must feel them. As you script, allow yourself to tap into the emotions of that new timeline. Imagine the textures, the sounds, the sensations. The more vividly you bring your future self into the present, the faster your energy aligns with that reality. Scripting is a bridge between imagination and embodiment, making your quantum shift inevitable. One of the reasons quantum shifting works so powerfully is because of the law of resonance. Everything in the universe vibrates, and like frequencies attract. If you're constantly focused on problems, stress, and lack, you'll resonate with timelines that contain more of those experiences. But when you begin focusing on gratitude, love, and possibility, you shift into resonance with timelines that reflect those vibrations. This is not spiritual wishful thinking. It's energetic science. Your brain emits electromagnetic signals, and your heart's energy field extends beyond your body. Together, they broadcast your state of being into the quantum field. When you intentionally shift your resonance, you stop recycling old realities and begin magnetizing new ones that align with your elevated frequency. The most profound part of quantum shifting is realizing that you are not chasing your future. You are collapsing time. In the quantum field, all realities already exist simultaneously. The version of you living in joy, freedom, health, and abundance is already there, waiting for you to align. You don't need to wait years for transformation. You can shift in an instant, when your frequency matches your desired reality. This doesn't mean everything in your external world changes overnight, but the energetic shift is immediate. From that moment on, you no longer operate from your old reality. You begin walking, speaking, and making decisions as your future self. That energetic embodiment accelerates the collapse of timelines, pulling your new reality closer until it becomes your lived experience. One of the traps that keeps people stuck in the same reality is emotional addiction. Science shows that our bodies become chemically addicted to the emotions we experience most often. If you've spent years feeling stressed, worried, or unworthy, your body becomes addicted to those states. Without realizing it, you unconsciously recreate situations that trigger the same emotions because your body craves them. This is why you might notice patterns of repeating conflict, disappointment, or struggle. Quantum shifting requires breaking this emotional addiction by consciously generating elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and empowerment. When you train your body to feel these new states, even without external triggers, you rewire your nervous system to normalize higher frequencies. Over time, the old emotional patterns dissolve, and your reality begins to match your new emotional baseline. Another essential key to quantum shifting is detachment. Detachment does not mean indifference or giving up on your desires. It means releasing the desperate energy of neediness. When you constantly check if it's working, or obsess over when your new reality will arrive, you're actually broadcasting lack. You are telling the universe, I don't have this yet, which keeps you stuck in the same cycle. Detachment is the state of knowing it's already done in the quantum field and allowing it to flow into your physical experience. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, nurture it, and trust the process. When you let go of control and surrender, your vibration stabilizes and your shift unfolds naturally. Quantum shifting also requires you to expand your sense of possibility. Many people unknowingly limit themselves by only aiming for slightly better realities instead of radically new ones. For example, someone struggling financially may only visualize earning a little extra instead of fully embodying financial freedom. But the quantum field doesn't measure effort. It responds to frequency. Whether you align with a small goal or a massive one, the energetic process is the same. By daring to dream bigger, you expand the range of timelines available to you. When you believe in limitless possibilities, your energy signals to the universe that you are open to realities beyond your current imagination. The only limits are the ones you place on yourself. Remove them, and you'll find that the shift is not just incremental, it's exponential. An important aspect of quantum shifting is understanding the role of inspired action. Some people mistakenly believe that shifting is only about energy and visualization, but energy alignment naturally generates impulses for action. Phone calls you feel nudged to make, ideas that flow effortlessly, or opportunities that suddenly appear. Inspired action feels light, exciting, and aligned, unlike forced action, which feels heavy and draining. When you follow these nudges, you anchor your energetic shift into physical reality. Think of it as the bridge between the quantum and the material world. Every inspired step you take validates your new identity, strengthens your alignment, and accelerates the unfolding of your chosen reality. Without action, your energy remains ungrounded, but with inspired action, your quantum shift becomes tangible. The journey of quantum shifting is not just about manifesting external outcomes. It's about becoming a new version of yourself. The wealth, love, health, and success you desire are byproducts of your evolution, not the ultimate goal. The real gift of shifting is that you transcend the limitations of your old identity and step into the infinite creative power of your higher self. Each time you consciously choose a higher frequency, you peel away layers of conditioning and reclaim your true essence. Life stops being a struggle for survival and becomes a playground for creation. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to shift instantly, without effort. You no longer ask, "When will my dream reality come?" Instead, you embody it now, and that embodiment makes it inevitable. One of the most liberating truths about quantum shifting is realizing that you are not a victim of circumstances. You are a creator of realities. Every challenge you face, every setback you experience, is not punishment but feedback from the universe reflecting your frequency. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" begin asking, "What vibration am I broadcasting that is drawing this in?" This shift in perspective gives you your power back. Suddenly, you stop blaming luck, people, or fate and start recognizing that by changing your energy, you change the movie you are living. Victimhood keeps you trapped in repeating realities. Creators break the loop by reclaiming authority over their frequency. Community and environment also play a massive role in your ability to quantum shift. If you constantly surround yourself with people who reinforce your old identity, it becomes harder to maintain your new vibration. Energy is contagious. Spend enough time around negativity, and it pulls you back into old frequencies. This doesn't mean abandoning everyone in your life. It means being intentional about your environment. Seek out communities, mentors, and content that align with the reality you are shifting into. Surround yourself with conversations that expand, not limit. When your environment reflects your future rather than your past, your shift accelerates effortlessly. Quantum shifting also teaches you the importance of celebrating micro shifts. Often, people overlook small changes because they're only focused on the big outcome. But every time you shift from fear to trust, from doubt to confidence, or from lack to gratitude, you are moving closer to your desired timeline. These micro shifts compound over time, creating massive transformation. The more you acknowledge and celebrate them, the more momentum you build. Gratitude for progress keeps your vibration high, which attracts even more aligned experiences. Remember, reality doesn't always shift with fireworks. It often shifts quietly, through subtle changes that eventually lead to breakthroughs. Perhaps the most powerful reminder in quantum shifting is this: you are already living in a multiverse of infinite possibilities. The reality where you are abundant, loved, healthy, and fulfilled already exists. The only reason you don't experience it is because your frequency has not yet aligned with it. Once you accept this, you stop waiting for life to change and start embodying change now. Quantum shifting is not about chasing. It's about aligning. The moment you decide to step into your new identity, your old reality begins to dissolve. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are simply one energetic choice away from a completely new life. So if you're tired of repeating the same reality, the invitation is clear: learn to quantum shift. Become conscious of your thoughts, reprogram your emotions, and embody your future self today. Release the need to control the how, surrender to the unknown, and trust the infinite intelligence of the quantum field. Celebrate your micro shifts, surround yourself with aligned energy, and detach from the old version of you that kept cycling the same patterns. The life you dream of is not far away. It is already here, waiting for you to match its vibration. The moment you do, you'll realize that reality was never fixed. It was always bendable, flexible, and responsive to your energy. And when you shift, you'll not only stop repeating the same reality, you'll create one beyond your wildest imagination.